Good morning, dear students. So today we'll discuss about economics. So in second year there are two parts. In economics there are two parts. One is, first part is micro and another is macro. In microeconomics there are 6 chapters. So first part we'll discuss. There are 6 chapters I said. In the first chapter, introduction. In this introduction we'll discuss regarding certain important concepts like what is an economy, organization of economic activities in various economies, central problems, or what we may also call it as the basic problems of the economy, and production possibility curve. Along with this, whether economics is a positive or normative. And there are two main approaches, as I said, micro and macro approach. These all concepts which are covered in the first chapter. So begin with the first concept which is meant for our discussion is that economy. So what is an economy or an economic system? Generally, a economy is nothing but, or economy refers to a nation. So there are various economies. For example, Indian economy, a economy of USA. Like that, there are many economies in this world. So this is generally what we call economy is nothing but a nation or a country, we may say that. But how to define this concept of a economy or an economy or economic system? See that we may define like this. A economy refers to, or an economic system which refers to a mechanism. It is a mechanism, we may say that. A economy or economic system refers to a mechanism in which scarce resources, you know that the resources are scarce. The scarce resources are organized, we may say that. The scarce resources are organized to produce various types of goods and services to fulfill the needs of the people in the economy. This is how we can define an economy or an economic system. I'll repeat. So economy refers to a mechanism in which the scarce resources are organized to produce various types of goods and services to fulfill the needs of the economy or to fulfill the needs of the people in the economy, we may say that. So this is a economic system, what we call. Sometimes it may be a 1 mark question or it may be a 2 mark question. What is an economic system? See that if you consider this economy, I said the economies are organizing these scarce resources to fulfill the needs of the people by producing various types of goods and services, we call. So there are a number of economies in this world. So these economies of the world are broadly classified into 3 types. The entire economies of the world, we may say that, are broadly classified into 3 types, we say. So what are those 3 types of economic systems? See that there are, I said, 3 types of economies, or the world economic system, we may say that. The world economic system is mainly classified into 3 types. So what are those 3 types? Number 1 is capitalistic economy. and second one is that socialistic economy and mixed economy. So this is how we may classify the economies into different types. The world economic system, what we call, is basically classified into three types: capitalistic, socialistic and mixed economy. There are certain economies which we call it as a capitalistic economies of the world. So what are those economies? So what are those economies which we can name as a capitalistic economies? For example, UK, USA, Germany, Japan, all these economies are generally considered as the capitalistic economies of the world. And like that, socialistic economies. See that socialistic economy is also called as a planned economy, we call. Planned economy, or what we may call it as a socialistic economy. China, Cuba, North Korea, Vietnam. So students, you should consider these concepts seriously, because these are sometimes 1 or 2 mark question. They will ask you a question like name certain capitalist economies of the world, or name the socialistic economies of the world. So there is a chance of asking question on these part. So I said UK, USA, Germany, Japan, such economies are the capitalistic economies of the world. And China, North Korea, Cuba, Vietnam, these economies are what we call as a socialistic economies of the world. And mixed economy, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, these economies, or Pakistan. So these economies are generally considered as a mixed economies of the world, we say. So this is what we can observe, a economy and or an economic system and classification of economies. So this is how we can classify this economic system. So this is a 1 mark, only 1 mark questions on this part. What is, you can note down this, what is an economic system? Or give 4 examples for socialistic economy or capitalistic economy. There is a chance of asking for 1 or 2 mark questions. So this is a point what we can note with regard to the economic system, what we call. So now move on to the next very important concept which is meant for our discussion is that central problems of the economy. Central problem. Central problems of the economy, we say that. I said the world economic system or the economies of the world we call are broadly classified into 3 types: capitalistic economy, socialistic economy and mixed economy, we say that. See that whatever the system is, either it may be capitalistic or it may be socialistic or it may be a mixed economy, whatever the system is. Remember, I said central problems, we may also call it as the basic problems. Basic problems of the economy, we may also call it as. So these basic problems or central problems which arise in all type of economic system. What I said, see that whatever the system is, either it may be capitalistic or it may be a mixed economy or it may be a socialistic, whatever the system is, there are 3 basic problems or what we call the central problems, we say that. Basic or central problems which arise in all type of economies. Type of economies. Why these 3 central problems, or we call it as the basic problems of the economy which arise in all type of economic system? See that a economy, I said, as I said before, a economy which always organizes scarce resources. So that means what we have to understand is that in every economy we can observe that the various economic activities like production, consumption, distribution and exchange takes place. I said the production, consumption, distribution and exchange, these all are the economic activities. These all are considered as the economic activities. Production, consumption, distribution, exchange, these all are the various economic activities which are taking place in an economic system. In course of these activities, we may say that the economies are also facing certain problems. Means when these various economic activities are taking place in an economy, the economy will face certain problems. I said in course of these economic activities, when these economic activities are taking place in an economy, economy will face certain problems. What are such problems? See that in an economy, the wants, what we call the human wants. The human wants are unlimited. And resources are scarce. Resources are scarce, we say. And these scarce resources, you see that scarce resources are having alternative use. So when these various economic activities are taking place in an economy will face, in course of these economic activities, economy will face these problems. What is it? Human wants are unlimited, resources are scarce, and these scarce resources are also having alternative uses. Because of this, every economy need to make, this is what you have to note down, choice making. Choice making, we say that. It necessitates choice making. So what does it mean? Choice making means what? Choice making means economies need to decide. Economies need to decide, or economies will have to decide regarding use of its resources. Economy need to decide about how to use the available resources in the economy, or how to allocate, use or what we call, how to allocate the available scarce resources among different users. See that? So what we can note here? Three basic problems which arise in every economic system because of unlimited wants, scarcity of resources, and alternative use of the resource. I said central problems or basic problems, what I said. There are three basic problems which arise in all type of economic system. There are three central problems which arise in all type of economic system because of these three. Wants are unlimited, resources are scarce, and these scarce resources are also having alternative uses. Therefore, every economy, whatever the system is, either it may be capitalistic or it may be a socialistic or it may be a mixed economy, whatever it is, three basic problems which arise in all type of economic system. Because of this, sometimes there may be a chance of asking a question for why does the basic or central problem arise in all type of economic system? The main reason is that resource scarcity, or we may say that because of scarcity of resource, the problem of the three basic problems which arise in all type of economic system. And along with this, along with the resource scarcity, human wants are unlimited. And these scarce resources are also having alternative use. Therefore, the basic problem arise in all type of economic system. So what are such three basic problems which arise in all type of economic system? There are three basic problems which arise in all type of economic system, I said. So what are such three basic problems which arise? See, there are three basic problems, I said. So three basic problems are, number one, what to produce. Second one is that how to produce. And third one is that for whom to produce. So there are three basic problems: what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. So these three basic problems which arise in all type of economic system, whatever the economic system is, these three basic problems which arise in all type of economic system. Either it may be capitalistic, or it may be socialistic, or it may be a mixed economy. I said, what is the reason for this? Why these three problems arise in all type of economic system? That is because of scarcity mainly, scarcity of resource. Along with this, unlimited wants. And these scarce resources are having alternative use, therefore problem arise. So what to produce? The problem is what? First problem is that what to produce. What to produce? ಏನನ್ನು ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡುವುದು. What to produce. Why this problem arise? What to produce? The first problem I will discuss. What to produce? Question mark. So don't forget to put question marks, because there is a question before the economy. What to produce? What to produce? This is the first problem. What to produce is a problem which arises in all type of economies. What to produce? So this is a problem which is relating to. This is a problem which is relating to what type of goods. What type of goods should be produced? Students, you must maintain a notebook when you listen the class. When you are in a class, you must maintain a notebook for this and make a points. And remember, we will give some assignments to you. In the class, we will give some assignment. At the end, we will give assignments, and you have to submit through online. That I will correct. So in every day class, we will give one assignment regarding all subjects. Okay? Yes. See that. What type of goods should be produced and how much? How much means in what quantity? How much should be produced? There are different types of goods which are which exist in the economy. There are different types of goods. We may say that necessaries, comfort, luxuries. So this is one classification generally what we make. So apart from this, the industrial product, agricultural products. So like this, producer goods, intermediate good, and final goods. So this type of classification we make. So So when goods are of different types, I said necessaries, comforts, luxuries, or it may be producer goods, consumer goods, intermediate goods and final goods. When goods are of different types, question arises, what type of goods should be produced? And second is that how much should be produced and in what quantity? How much means what? In what quantity? This is a question. I said what to produce is a problem which is relating to what type of goods should be produced and how much should be produced, or we say that in what quantity. This is a question arises in every economy. Either it may be USA, what we call capitalistic economy, or we may say that China is a socialistic economy, Cuba is a socialistic, India is a mixed economy. In every economy, I said, note down that these resources are scarce. Therefore, problem arises that what type of goods, whether to produce luxuries, whether to produce necessaries, whether to produce comforts, and if it decides to produce, how much it should be. So this is a problem which arises in every type of economic system. What to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce. First I am discussing about what to produce. Note down properly. See that it is a problem which is relating to what type of goods and how much or in what quantity. See that here. I said necessaries, comforts and luxuries. So what are necessaries? Food, clothing and shelter are necessaries. Am I right? Food, clothing and shelter. So how to define these necessaries? Necessaries are those goods which are essential for the existence of man. Necessaries are those goods, note down, necessaries are those goods which are essential for the existence of the human beings. To lead a life as a human being, we need these. So whether to produce whether to produce necessaries alone, whether to produce comforts. Comforts means what? Comforts are those goods which are not necessary but desired by the people. To lead a comfortable life, to be happy, or to lead a happy life, we may say, that is called as comforts. Comforts are those goods which are not necessaries but desired by the people to lead a comfortable life. Luxuries. Luxuries are those goods which are not at all necessaries but desired by the people to maintain a status in the society, to maintain a prestige in the society, we say that. So this is how we may classify the goods. You understood what is necessaries, what is comforts, what is luxuries. We'll make a detailed discussion about this in the second chapter also. See that. So when these are the types of goods which exist in the economy, question arises, what goods should be produced? If you decide to produce all type of goods, how much it should be? How much it should be produced? So this is the point what we can observe. And come to another aspect, I'll tell you. There are agricultural goods, there are some industrial goods. So whether to produce agricultural goods or whether to produce industrial goods. Or another side, if you take some more examples, I'll give you. See that the production of building of schools. Whether to make more expenses or building of schools or for building of military. So these are the problems which are generally faced by all the economies. And in education there are different types. Primary education, whether to spend more on primary education, whether to spend more on higher education. So this is the question, what? And I said consumer goods, producer goods, intermediate good, final, which should be produced? Right now, see that So what to produce is a problem which is relating to. What to produce is a problem which is relating to what type of goods. When goods are of these types, what I said now. Right now. See that when goods are of different types, question arises what type of goods should be produced and how much it should be. So how to solve this problem of what to produce? See that solution to this problem depends on the economic system. Systems are different. Capitalistic system is different. Socialistic system is different. A mixed economic system is different. Here, what to produce is a problem which gets solved based on the economic systems. That means capitalist economy tries to find a solution to this problem in a different way. Capitalistic, socialistic economy tries to find a solution in a different way. Mixed economy tries to solve this problem in a different way. So this is what we can observe. I said the solution to this problem depends on the prevailing economic system. Now I'll tell you. See that a capitalistic economy tries to solve this problem. Capitalist economy tries to solve this problem based on the consumer preference. You understood? This capitalistic economy tries to find a solution to this problem based on consumer preference. Consumer preference means they tries to produce those goods which are most preferred by the people to purchase. Consumer preference, we says that they tries to produce those goods in a large quantity which are most desired or preferred, what we call, by the people to purchase. Based on consumer preference, we says that. Based on consumer preference, they decides to produce what type of goods and how much. It is based on consumer preference. Right now, it is based on the consumer preference. The capitalistic economy tries to solve this problem. A capitalistic economy tries to solve this problem based on consumer preference. Consumer preference means the goods which are most desired by the people are produced in a large quantity. And socialistic economy, in a socialistic economy there is a central planning authority. It is a government body. There is a separate authority which was established by the government in a socialistic economy. In a socialistic economy, central planning authority we call. A central planning authority will decide regarding what goods should be produced and how much should be produced. Why that a separate body called central planning authority will make decision in a socialistic economy? See that in a socialistic economy, their main aim is to achieve social welfare. Their main aim is to achieve what we call social welfare. Social welfare, welfare of all. Equality is their main principle. We may say that their intention is to achieve social welfare. Therefore, a central planning authority will take a decision regarding what goods should be produced and how much should be produced. You understood? Central planning authority will make a decision regarding what we can observe that the what goods and how much. Why? Because their main intention is to achieve the welfare of all. Therefore, the central planning authority will make decision regarding what goods should be produced and how much should be produced. I think you understood. Yes. Now, the third important aspect in a mixed economy we can observe. Central planning authority. Central planning authority, and partly on the basis of consumer preference, they will decide what type of goods should be produced and how much should be produced. Mixed economy, you know that. A mixed economy where there is a participation of both public sector and private sector we can observe. In Indian economy we can observe in every sector, if you say that, there is a participation of private and public sector. So here in a mixed economy, what we call mixed economy we can observe. In a mixed economy, both central planning authority and consumer preference will decide regarding what goods, see that, what goods and how much should be produced. What goods means what type of goods should be produced and how much should be produced is decided partly on the basis of consumer preference and partly it is decided by central planning authority, we says that. So this is the point what we can observe. What to produce is a problem which is solved in this way. I'll repeat, what to produce is a problem which is relating to what type of goods and how much should be produced, means what quantity. See that, because goods are of different types, as I said before, and solution to this problem depends on what we can observe, that a prevailing economic system. Each economy tries to find solution in a different way because system is different. We come to know that consumer preference decides in a capitalistic economy and central planning authority takes decision in a capitalist socialistic economy, and in mixed economy it is both central planning authority and consumer preference will decide regarding what goods and how much should be produced. So this is the first problem. Now the second problem is that how to produce. How to produce. So this is second. Once a problem of what to produce is solved by an economy, the second problem which arises is that how to produce. How to produce. So this is a problem which is relating to choosing of a proper technology. Note down. See that? It's a problem which is relating to choosing of a proper technology and a sector as well. Sector. Which technology should be selected and in which sector production should be made. So this is the point what we can observe. In which sector and which technology should be used. You know that there are different types of, there are two types of technologies we can observe. What are those two types of technology? Capital intensive technology and labor intensive technology. Capital intensive technology and labor intensive. Capital intensive and labor intensive technology we can observe that. And there are two sectors as well. What are those two sectors? Private sector and public sector. So now question arises, which technology should be selected and in which sector these production should be made? This is the question which arises in every economy. There are two types of technology, we says that. right? Labor intensive technology and capital intensive technology. Which technology should be selected? Whether to make production by using capital intensive technology or to make production by using labor intensive technology. And which sector should be selected? Either it is private sector or public sector. This is the point what we can observe. Private sector or public sector. See that how this problem is solved, that we can observe now. You understood, no? See that how to produce is a problem which is relating to choosing of technology and choosing a sector as well. There is two types of technology, capital intensive and labor intensive, and there are two sectors, private sector and public sector. How this problem is solved in a capitalistic economy and how this solved in a socialistic economy and how it can be solved in a mixed economy, that we can observe now. In a capitalistic economy, see that capitalistic economy is called as capital surplus economy. A capitalistic economy is called as what we call capital surplus economy, where there is enough capital is available. Therefore, normally a capitalistic economy go for capital intensive technology, means they tries to make production, most of the productions which are made with the help of capital intensive technology. They tries to select, they tries to choose, they tries to make production by choosing a capital intensive, that is nothing but machineries. They makes production by using machineries, huge machineries. When they install a huge machineries for the production, that needs capital support. So therefore, what we can observe here, problem of capital does not arise, because almost all the capitalist economies, what I mentioned before, right now, are the capital surplus. Enough capital is available. There is no problem of capital shortage. There is surplus capital is there in these economies. Therefore, always a capitalistic economy will go for capital intensive technology to make production. And can you tell me now which sector they may select? See that there is private entrepreneurship right is there. In capitalistic economies, what we can observe, private entrepreneurship right is there. Therefore, what we can observe, they may go for choosing, or we may say that most of the production in a capitalistic economies takes place in a private sector. Did you understand? Private sector, they choose to make private sector. They choose private sector to make the production. Most of the productions are made with the help of private entrepreneurship, with the help of private entrepreneurs. There is limited interference from the side of government. There is a limited interference from the side of government in these production activities. Most of the production which are made in the private sector. So this is the point what we can observe, that they choose to make production with the help of private sector. This is how they tries to solve this problem. And socialistic economy. See that a socialistic economy like China or other economies, what I said, North Korea, Cuba, Vietnam, their main aim is social welfare. To achieve this social welfare, there is no problem of shortage of capital. In a country like China, there is enough capital is there. But what we can observe, to achieve their main aim, a goal, what we may say that, to achieve their goal of social welfare, they may go for labor intensive technology. They will select labor intensive technology. They select labor intensive technology, we can observe that, with the intention of achieving social welfare. With the intention of achieving social welfare, they may go for, depends on circumstances, they may, depends on the situation, they may go for partly to the capital intensive, but the most of the production with the objective of social welfare is made with the help of labor intensive technology, or by selecting labor intensive technology, because when they select a labor intensive technology, that helps to provide more and more employment opportunities to the public. That helps the economy to generate more employment opportunities to the public. So when each and everyone get employed, the objective of social welfare can be achieved very easily. Therefore, a socialistic economy will go for selecting labor intensive. Doesn't mean that they never use capital intensive, but most of the, when circumstance needs, when time permits them, they will go for capital intensive. But most of the production which is made with the help of labor intensive technology to achieve its objective of social welfare. When they select labor intensive technology, that helps them to provide employment opportunities to the public. When they provide an employment opportunity, welfare, social welfare can be achieved very easily. So that they go for this. And very important thing, you see that there is participation of public sector, or we may say like this, government sector. Public sector means what? Government sector. The most of the production which is made in the public sector. Most of the production activities are made directly by the government. With the help of public sector, they make production. Capital, socialistic economy will select labor intensive technology, and production is made in public sector. They make production in the public sector. This is how they tries to solve their problem of how to produce. Now, the next problem what I have to discuss is that, before that, in mixed economy, in mixed economy, both labor intensive and what we can observe, both labor and capital intensive technology, both labor intensive and capital intensive technology exist side by side. Means the production is made by using both labor intensive technology as well as capital intensive technology. A country like India, what we can observe, or the other mixed economies of the world, never depends on a labor intensive technology alone. In every sector, if you take agriculture, industry, or in all sectors, we can observe that both labor intensive is there, capital intensive. In agriculture, we are using labor, we are using machineries. In industries also we can observe that certain small scale industries, cottage industries, which are run by using the labor intensive technologies, and certain large scale industries which are always depends on capital intensive technologies. So both labor intensive and capital intensive technology exist side by side together. Both the technology is used, labor intensive and capital intensive technologies are used, and along with this production is made. Production activities are made by using production activities are carried with the help of or with the participation of public sector and private sector. Both public sector and private sector participation exists in mixed economies. As we said, labor intensive, capital intensive exists, and production is made in public sector. Certain productions which are made by the government directly, and certain productions which are also carried by the private sectors. So both public and private participation. Public participation and private participation exist in the mixed economy, we says that. So this is how a problem of how to produce is get solved in various economies. Problem of how to produce is get solved in various economies like capitalistic, socialistic and mixed economy. The third problem is that, and last one, for whom to produce. For whom to produce. So this is a problem which is relating to, it is a problem which is relating to distribution of the national wealth or the national output. Different concepts we can use. Distribution of national wealth, distribution of national output. Right now, you see that it is a problem which is relating to distribution of resources or a distribution of national wealth or national output, we may say. For whom to distribute? You see that a problem of distribution does not arise much in capitalistic economy. Why we may say that problem of distribution does not arise much in a capitalistic economy? I'll tell you. See that in capitalistic economy, individual income is very high. That doesn't mean that there is no poor at all. See, most of the people are having enough income with them. When they have high income, their purchasing power is also very high. Purchasing power we call. Their purchasing power is very high. Because of high purchasing power, problem of purchase does not arise. So therefore what I said, the distribution is not become a problem. Distribution of wealth, a distribution of resource is not at all a problem to them. Though all the people of the country or most of the people in the country are having enough purchasing power. Therefore problem of distribution does not arise. So we may say like this. With regard to this distribution, we may say like this: in capitalistic economy, distribution is made among those who are capable to purchase. Distribution is made among those who are capable to purchase. Means most of the people or almost all the people are having enough income and their purchasing power is also very high. Therefore problem of purchasing does not arise. Therefore we may say like this: the distribution is made among those who are capable to purchase. This is the point what we can observe. And when it comes to the socialistic economy, here also a distribution is not become problem to them, because distribution is purely made with the help of public sector. There is no private participation at all in the distribution. Distribution of resources is made by the government with the help of, as I said, central planning authority. Remember, central planning authority I said. This government with the help of central planning authority will makes the distribution of resources among the people, and when it distribute the resources, it gives priority to such people who suffers from the problem of hunger, those people who are poor, right? Because their main intention is to achieve social welfare. To achieve its objective of social welfare, here again I will come to that point, social welfare, the distribution preference is given to those, in the distribution preference is given to those who are poor, who are suffers from hunger. For them priority is given. So problem of distribution never arises, because distribution is made directly by the government with the help of central planning authority. So this is the point what we can note. And again, problem of whom to distribute is arise more in a mixed economy. See that? In a mixed economy, we can find people are divided into poor people, middle income class of people, and rich people. Their desires, their needs are different. So in this type of economic system, a problem of distribution arises when the need of these class are different. So here in this economy, when we distribute the resources, in a mixed economy, participation of private and public sector exists. I will tell you that now in detail. Participation of both public and private. See, that means open market, in open market as well as with the help of PDS. You know what is PDS? Public distribution system. You heard about public distribution system. I studied something about PDS in first years. I remember right now. See that PDS, public distribution system. So where we can find fair price shop. You heard about the fair price shops. Right now, what you call in your language is ration. Right now, ration shop, fair price shop, what we call. Yes, these fair price shops. See that in a mixed economy, generally we can find the public participation, government participation, PDS, through PDS, and in open market, the distribution of resources are made. Where there is private participation, where there is private participation exists, and public participation will also exist. Did you understand? Right now, in mixed economy, the distribution is become a problem. There are rich class, low income class, middle income class of people are there. So it become a problem for them. Therefore, what we can observe, PDS, where fair price shop, PDS, under which with the help of fair price shop, distribution is made. For whom this distribution? Question is whom? These PDS or fair price shop distribute to whom? These PDS or what we call fair price shop distributes the resources for them who are having low purchasing power. Distribution of resources are made, essential resources. You know what are such items which are distributed under public distribution system with the help of fair price shops? Certain items which are necessary for them, which are necessary for the people, right? Distributed. So you understood. public distribution system or government with the help of public distribution system through fair price shops distributes the essential resources to those who are economically poor, or we may say those who are having low purchasing power. Low purchasing power. Kadime kolluva samarthya. You understood? Low purchasing power. Distribution is made for those who are having low purchasing power. And in an open market, with the help of private entrepreneurs or with the help of private participation, distribution is made for those who are capable to purchase, or we may say that those people who are having high purchasing power. Right now, those people who are economically sound, we say, those people who are economically sound, those people who are having high purchasing power, for them distribution is made in open market where the participation of private sector is allowed. Here government at a fair price, you see that here under PDS we said fair price shop. Fair means ನ್ಯಾಯ ಯುತವಾದ, right? No, ನ್ಯಾಯ ಯುತವಾದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು, right? No, fair price at a reasonable price, right? No, fair price shops sells the product, distributes the product to the poor class, economically poor, right? No, at a reasonable price. A reasonable price we can observe that, but reasonable price means what here? Fair price, it does not include profit margin, right? It does not include profit margin. Private sector open market price, which is a price which includes profit margin also. So here profit is not included. Here at a reasonable price, at a minimum price, a distribution of essential commodities are made, and in open market the distribution of resources are made for those people who are capable to purchase or who are high purchasing power, right? No, and not at a reasonable price. Profit price we say that, right? No, profit price, it includes profit also. The price which exists in an open market, that includes profit, but in fair price shop profit is not included. Profit price is, or profit margin is not included, we say that. So this is how problem of whom to distribute is get solved in these economies. Problem of whom to produce, right, means the distribution, allocation. I said distribution is nothing but allocation of resources is made by considering distribution or allocation is made with the help of open market and public distribution system. This is how a problem of whom to produce is solved in mixed economy. And we said socialistic economy, that is government directly involves in the production distribution process, and in capitalistic economy it is decided by, or the problem of whom to produce does not arise much, what we call, it is on the basis of the purchasing power. Those who are capable to purchase, those people who are capable to purchase, for them distribution is made. So this concept, what we call basic problems or central problems of the economy, what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, these problems are get solved in these various economies in this way. So this is what we can observe. So this may be a 4-mark question. Question will be like this: explain the central problems of the economy. Or in this there may be a chance of asking 1 or 2-mark question: why does a problem of choice arise? Why does problem of choice arise? I said before itself in the beginning, Right now, it is problem of choice arise in every economy, problem of choice which arise because resources are scarce and human wants are unlimited, and scarce resources are having alternative use, therefore they need to make choice. Choice making means what? They need to decide how to use these available resources in the economy, or they need to decide how to allocate. Choice making means what? How to allocate these scarce resources among different use. This is very necessary to all the economies to decide how to use or how to allocate the resources in the economy, because all the economies are facing these problem of scarcity of resource. Or sometimes it may be a 1 or 2 mark question. Mention the basic problem for 2 marks. Mention the basic problems of the economy. Why does problem of choice arise? Mention the basic problems of the economy, or mention the central problems of the economy, like that. Or it may be a 4 mark question. Explain the central problems of an economy. Okay, thank you.